Hey, what's going on? My name is Anant. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can collect your users' information using WhatsApp input flow. Now, this allows you to collect informations like email, their address, or any sort of thing that you want to collect from your user step by step. Like the first question is, hey, what's your email? You can collect that email. The next question could be, what's your address? Or anything like that. You can collect as many data as you want, and once you have it collected, it can be exported in a Excel sheet. It can be synchronized with a Google spreadsheet and updated on real time, or it can be sent directly to your CRM via webhook. How cool is this? So I'm just going to quickly create a chatbot and show you how it works. So you need to click on the create button, and the steps are going to be as similar as how you build a chatbot. If you don't know the fundamentals of chatbot, you can always check out my previous video where I've talked about the fundamentals of building a chatbot. But here, my major focus is going to be building a user input flow. So let's call it as input flow, and I'm going to title this as input flow chatbot. Why this keyword? This keyword means the chatbot will only get fired when we send this message, input flow. Okay. And then we can go ahead and save this. And this is where you can send the first messages. Hey, you can personalize it if you want to. We need a couple of information from your end, right? Feel free to customize this however you want. I'm just going to keep it a simple text. You can build a complex flow. Now here, the first thing I would do is I will put input flow. So where is the input flow? User input flow, right? And this is where I'm going to name this something. So I'm going to name this campaign as user input flow demo, because I'm giving you a demonstration, so I'm going to name it as user input flow demo. Now here I have an option to either put a URL so that all the collected data, once it is collected completely, once we have collected email, phone number, whatever we were asking, once all of that is collected, it's going to send that data as a JSON to any webhook URL. So if you use something like Pabbly or Zapier, then it's pretty handy that you can just forward all that information you have collected to your system. Or else, if you're not so tech savvy, you can just connect your Google Sheet with WhatChimp, and then you can select whichever sheet you want to transfer this data to. So I have plenty of sheets that I've connected here, so I can just pick any of the sheets, and once the information is collected, let's say the email, phone number, everything is collected, it's going to be automatically pushed to Google spreadsheet. But for now, I'm not going to push any of these to Google spreadsheet. Let me just save it, and let's ask the first question, right? So let's ask, what's your email? Now the reply type of the user has to be either a text, email, phone number, URL, file, image, video, whatever you want. Let's keep it as email, because here it uses something called as regular expression to verify whether the input is actually an email or not. If it's not an email, it's going to tell the user that, hey, please send us a valid email. And once you get a reply, let's say you also want to store this information somewhere in your system, right? Or somewhere in your custom fields. Now, if you don't know much about custom fields, I've already talked about it. Make sure to check out my video on custom fields, which allows you to collect more information about your user and store them inside your WhatChimp CRM. So I've created plenty of custom fields, you can see here. But let's say if I have to create a new custom field, I can go ahead and do that, or I can choose from this the custom fields that I've created. So I've created one called as email, or I can even choose from my system fields. So these are the pre-built fields which WhatChimp offers from its own end. So you can just select from any of these as well, right? So these are the pre-built fields and these are the custom fields, right? Custom fields are the one where you create some of the additional fields. System fields is always going to be the same, like email, phone, birthday, all that kind of stuff. So once you collect your email, let's say the next thing I want to ask is, now this time I want to, instead of using a free keyboard input, I want to use a multiple choice question, right? So I can ask something like, are you a registered business? And then we can ask yes, no, and you can add more options if you want to, but for now let's just keep it as yes or no. The reply type obviously have to be a text, because what you see over here is a text, so we can't use something like an email or a number over here. And then if let's say we want to save this to any custom field, I can quickly select any of the custom field from here. For example, let's say, okay, I don't have any custom field which collects that information. So let's say I want to create that field. So I can name it as registered business. So I'll collect whether a business is registered or not in this field. Okay, let me just spell it correctly, save it. So I've just created one custom field and now I have to select that custom field over here. And then you can save this. So we are just collecting what's your email, are you a registered business? You can again add as many questions as you want. That's where you use next question. The more nodes you want to add, you can just use next question. Let's say you want to end this flow here, then you can send them a thank you message. Now the thank you message either can be a text or it can take them to any other flow. Let's say you want to give them some CTA button or an interactive message, anything like that. But for now, let's just keep it simple and we can do like, thank you for sharing your details. Now, whether they are registered business or not, we can actually use it in the message as well. Let me show you. We see that you have selected registered business as, now here you can choose from the custom field, select this. So this is going to be a personalized message based on what input they have given you in the past, and you save it and you can just save this again. And now for me to fire this automation, all I have to do is send a message input flow. So let's just go ahead and do that and see. All right, so as you can see over here, I've pulled up my WhatsApp and I want to send a message which is input flow. So let's send input flow, because the chatbot will only be fired with this keyword. So I need to send this message. Okay, we need a couple of information. What's your email? Let me give my email over here. Now let's try to give an email which is not valid. So let's just send an invalid format. It says wrong format, please send correct email, right? So it's using something called as regex to verify. Now let's say we send the right email. It's going to ask me the next question. Is your business registered? So let's say yes, send. And then since I said yes, it's using that variable to give me a personalized message, right? So you can always use this information to do a conditional check or personalize your message in the future. So now that we have gotten the reply over here, what we can do is, let me go back and export that information. So if I want to export that information, it's pretty simple. What I need to do is I need to go inside of my user input flow. This is my input flow, right? So the input flow that I just created was user input flow demo. If I want to see the report, I can see it from here. If I want to export that flow data, I can export it like a spreadsheet. It will have all the information needed. All right, so that's how you can collect your user information, send it to your CRM, send it to your Google spreadsheet, or export it so that you can view that in your Excel. If you have any question, drop it down in the comment below. I'll be happy to answer, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.